Hey guys, so it's here bringing you another video. Now welcome back to Challenge Spectate, and obviously recently we have been doing a trend here on the channel that we are kind of focusing on champions that if they're locked in on the enemy team, I'm a bit scared. Like initially I got, oh god, and we are continuing that trend with Kayn. So Kayn is a champion that I think a lot of people, I don't know, I think most people think he's strong, but yeah, I am scared, and I do think this champion is ridiculously strong. What is, you know, the marks of a good champion obviously isn't just individual little things. It can be multiple. And one of the things that Kayn is going for him, meanwhile, pretty good damage on Galio, gets absolutely chunked. And, you know, Kayn's actually going quite aggressive for this, and I don't think it's going to pay off. But Kayn has options, which not a lot of champions have as many options as he. He is actually overstaying. This could be a bad situation. But do remember, Kayn having this much fighting in the early game, and he actually gets killed first blood, so that's not a good start. Will help towards him getting his passive quicker stacked, but also you don't really want to die like that. It was a bit ambitious, that flash and then basing in their jungle. That was a bit weird. But Kayn has so many options of what he can do as a champion that obviously he's got two forms, blue and red form. And obviously, naturally, most of the time, if you're running Dark Harvest, you're going to go blue. If you go Conqueror, you go red. But not always. I have seen Kayns who are running Conqueror, who are probably in Champion Select and in, you know, the beginning of the game going, oh, I'm probably going to go red. But if they pop off in the early game, they can go blue. It's not like the worst thing in the world, and they do so much damage. Now, jungle clear here by Kayn, obviously no pull. And he's doing a clear that does all the wraiths, or whatever they're called, raptors nowadays. And then he's going straight up to Krugs. He probably does this clear because he takes the least damage while still maximizing XP. I think this is probably the generic Kayn clear nowadays, because normally when there's a Kayn in the game, even if he didn't get killed and was late to the jungle, they don't get a leash. They do start on the raptors, just because how quickly he can kill everything. Obviously taking Q level 1, taking E level 2 just for the extra healing to keep him nice and healthy in the jungle. And obviously still right now about 2/3 of his health has just popped his first health potion. And naturally when he gets red buff here, it's going to give him a bit more regen as he makes his way over to the other side of the jungle. But yeah, Kayn to me is scary, because one, he has obviously those options of going blue or red, both of which are very strong. But weirdly, like, they're both insanely strong in different ways. So, like, Red Kayn is really strong because its damage is still decent. Its tankiness level is good. Its healing is good. And then, yes, when you do combine it with one certain item, it's really hard to kill. Naturally, Death's Dance. That does seem to be quite, you know, a stable item for a lot of the strong champions in League at the moment who are like AD Bruiser-ish. Death's Dance is like the second or third item you buy practically every single time. But then Blue, I'm sure we've all probably seen blue Kayns doing really well, who just one-shot people. And it's like with just their W and a Q and an auto maybe, which you can do in one movement, bang, something's dead. And it's like, oh my god. So they're both scary in their own right. Now, I don't know what form this Kayn goes. Again, naturally, he's gone Conqueror, so you would think he's going red. That would be my guess. And anyway, a lot of action is happening. His team actually getting quite far behind. So in top lane, Fiora did get a kill, but did die to Nidalee going for a gank. And bot lane, Ezreal double kill over an Aphelios, which is not normally something you would see. Ezreal, he's got an okay lane phase, but it's not like he's built for lane phase, obviously. So Kayn looking for this. He actually stopped mid-wall there. Weirdly, he's held that W, that E, longer than I thought. He misses his initial W, which is pretty bad, and that will make him back out. Arguably, he could have maybe waited a couple more seconds for Aphelios to show up, but they are looking to go for this engage now. Galio teleport. Oh, that's why. Okay, so Galio TP'd and denied Kayn, obviously. Nice hook by Blitzcrank there. That will be a dead Lux as she's got no summoners, and Kayn should pick up that kill. A big fight happening. Aphelios a little bit late to the party. Aphelios will go down, but blue team now completely out of position. Big fight going to be popping off now. Galio now also no flash or anything. Nearly jumps over the wall with her flash. Are they going to manage to, you know, clean this, or will red team be in trouble? Nidalee does get that kill, again furthering blue team's lead, and they will get away. So that Galio, he escaped, which, you know, maybe he shouldn't have, but, you know, he's a pretty tanky champion. This Galio also running, by the way, Predator. That's something that maybe I have to look at. I did, without spoiling too much, you will, I think, see a Galio episode in the next couple of days. Galio, not the best at carrying. He's good at, like, helping his team. But sometimes that's not very good for climbing in solo queue. So maybe if Predator's good on Galio, it gives you a bit more damage running the domination tree. Maybe that's something that I should consider. Because obviously, naturally, I normally run the resolve tree with Aftershock on Galio. Anyway, Kayn respawning straight to a gank. Doesn't do basically any farming. Instantly going for this gank with Fiora. That damage by Aatrox, by the way, is very scary. But he should go down. He's popping his flash, which I'd say is questionable. It is worth, you know, always saying, if you know you're dead and you're not really going to gain much for it, and, you know, Blitzcrank's top lane, by the way, don't blow your flash. You know, in that situation, I would have just, if I was Aatrox there, I would have accepted the death. Okay, I'm dead. Unfortunate. But now he's dead and he burnt his flash. So it's two bad things in one gank. So that means, you know, with the confidence of Kayn, hey, we just killed Aatrox. He also burnt flash. I can go back there and now he doesn't have flash. Where if you kill him and he didn't flash, well, it's like, oh, well, next time he does have flash, maybe he'll flash away quicker. So yeah, as I've said, always be careful when you're actually using your summoners. Use them, obviously, at the correct time for when you can. But farm-wise, you know, both junglers maintaining a decent amount of farm around the 40 mark, but the Nidalee obviously having a great early game. And I will say, slight spoiler, Nidalee might make an appearance in this Challenge Spectate series of, like, champions that I'm actually kind of scared of. Nidalee is scary. She does so much damage. Meanwhile, Kayn gets a nice return kill. Nidalee was on her way to try and help out. Kayn hit level 6, instantly goes for a bit of damage. Look at, like, again, has basically no big damage items, and Kayn does a lot to Nidalee. Yes, she's a squishy champion, but I don't know, like, Kayn's not bad at all. Very low mana, but still had the confidence to go for that, which, you know, that's another kind of argument. When you're in this rating of Challenger, meanwhile, a bit of overstay, perhaps, the enemy bot lane flanking. One of these two are probably going to die. You should probably Blitzcrank if you can. You should sacrifice himself for the Kayn, which he's not doing because Kayn is a shutdown and Blitzcrank naturally doesn't. But the Blitzcrank will get away. But as I was saying, a good thing when you're in like challenger level of play, which we are here roughly, is confidence level. You know, how confident can this player play? How much are they engaging? How much are they actively taking fights? Because you're not going to be really confident on a kind of weaker champion in Challenger. So it is a sign that, you know, damn, these champions must be strong if they're being really, really aggressive in the higher rating of League of Legends. Meanwhile, Nidalee got a solo kill on Blitzcrank randomly. And here we go. Red Kayn it is, by the way. So we did kind of guess he was going to go Red Kayn, naturally having Conqueror. You know, he's not fed enough to warrant blue form with Conqueror. I'd say you probably have to get pretty damn fed to want to do blue form with that. But yeah, overall, not bad at all. But Nidalee does get the dragon. Excuse me, I've got a text. I just need to actually answer this text. So I'll pause the commentary and I'll respond to the text. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Right, let's continue. And it looks like Kayn is going to be looking for some type of engage here. The enemy team a little bit overextended, maybe, in the jungle. So here we go. All right, so Galio taunt. Kayn going in, does get taunted. Galio looking to escape. Does get the escape off just. Was a bit surprised that Blitzcrank didn't manage to get anything off there, his E or Q, but it must have been on cooldown. Kayn fails a jump, and Ezreal, look at that confidence level, goes aggressive in the enemy jungle, with also Aatrox has teleported here, and these two are going to have a big demon fight in, you know, red team's jungle. This is quite aggressive by the team. I would say Aatrox is maybe going a bit over-aggressive, but here we go. Can they actually finish him off? Does finish him off with the W, and that will be that. A little bit weird teleport by Aatrox there. You know, you are giving up. Look where Fiora is, by the way. He's giving up so much XP, so much farm, and also tower plates to the Fiora. And that is why you just saw Galio heading up the top lane, because you can't leave a Fiora like that alone. She would gain way too much, especially that the Aatrox teleport play didn't pay off. So blue buff is being done. Camera wants to control itself, by the way, and Kayn does take the blue. Trust me, Orianna probably wanted that blue, but in the current meta, we've mentioned it a few times, jungle reigns supreme. I imagine most of you watching this video right now in your League of Legends games will 100%, well, not 100%, but most of you probably do think, oh damn, it's about just which jungler gets ahead. That's most of the games that I experience is the result of the game. Oh, my jungler got every dragon and got ahead. My jungler got behind, we lost the game. That does seem to be kind of the meta. Lux does get caught out, does get killed by Kayn. Ezreal now on the back foot, flashes away. Can Blitzcrank do anything? He's tanking the tower, but doesn't manage to do practically anything that whole fight. Kayn is going to go in, potentially looking for it, and decides maybe against it. Rift Herald may have just got killed. That's where Nidlee's coming. So you know where Nidlee is. You just saw her in mid. Can they kill Ezreal enough? You know that Galio and Nidlee might be running down. We just saw Nidlee. Galio's still in mid lane. They have to push. And they're going to kill Ezreal pretty quick here. Kayn's just going to go for this. He does get the kill. Tanking one tower hit, but there is the Nidlee that we mentioned. There's the knock-up. Nidlee flashes, gets the kill herself. And it also is Delia Falios. So I would say that Ezreal kill, yeah, getting him is good, but it took too long. Like, when you're literally waiting a good 10, 20 seconds to push in and you're just waiting to kill the Ezreal, by that time, Nidlee can make her way and, you know, return kill you. You have to kind of be quick and snappy with these kind of dives. Otherwise, you probably should just back out of them for the most part. Unless you're just so far ahead that it doesn't matter that you, oh, we can kill Nidlee when she comes too. Which obviously is not the case right now. So, Fiora against, by the way, Aatrox. Pretty interesting matchup. Kind of a skill matchup. If Fiora can land her W correctly, then it probably is advantage Fiora. If not, advantage probably Aatrox. But obviously both kind of similar in a few avenues. A lot of healing, a lot of like just overall fighting all the time. Lux could be in trouble here, by the way. I'm not really sure why she's so deep. They turn to do a bit of damage, but Kayn gives no cares. With his ult, will Lux survive? Does look like it. They're getting him under tower. Look at this. He's just tanking all their damage with his healing. They can't do enough damage. There's Kayn. And again, this Kayn is going to get a double kill. You know, he's strong. I wouldn't consider this guy really fed enough to be diving at level 8, level 9 in mid lane. 2 champions. That's crazy. And again, weirdly, he's always fighting at low mana. You know, he's got that confidence that, you know, what is his cost? His Q costs 50 mana. His W costs 75. But he's just constantly fighting all the time at low mana. Doesn't care. Even the auto attacks kind of add up with this champion. And build-wise, obviously going Stalker Blade with a Warrior, then looking to go Black Cleaver as his second. Then if I had to guess, probably Death Stance third, if I had to guess. But Nidlee, I think, did a good play down in bot lane herself. She's having a good game. So again, both junglers right now doing really well. You could argue it's a slight advantage to Nidlee in a way, because she got the first dragon. But gold-wise, jungling is slightly gold-wise ahead for the Kayn. But maybe not now. What is it now? It is 6-6. Still advantage Kayn by a few hundred gold. And, you know, it's weird. It's like, oh, Huz, they got even farm. They have actually nearly even KDs. The Kayn actually has died more. How does Kayn have 300, 400, 500 gold more than Nidlee? It's little things like shutdowns, tower plates on towers that obviously you can't see in this general screen. That just, they add up in the background. Little differences, basically. But, yeah. But Nidlee is quite strong. Dragon is up, and Infernal should be definitely contested. Kayn is coming into... Oh, 4-man knock-up. No backup yet so far, though. They should get the Ezreal. He is going to get Galio ulted, but he does die. Galio probably killed himself there. W by the Kayn. Level up now on the Nidlee. Going aggressive with his ultimate. Tower diving, and does get the Nidlee. If you're not scared of Kayn, man, like, what the hell is that? He just smurfed that fight basically by himself. 4-man knock-up, tower diving, killing 2 or 3 people. Yeah, it's Kayn. And again, this champion, he's not like a late-game hyper-scaling champion, obviously, but his build, he gets so beefy and tanky, especially with Red Kayn and Conqueror, and the healing that he gets, and does decent damage. So that's the problem, I think. It's the problem of this kind of bruiser in the current meta that just doesn't die. And yeah, he might not one-shot you, but he's just going to constantly run at you and you can't really stop him. And you can't do enough damage to kill him through his healing. There's a lot of these champions right now. If you really look into it, there's a lot of them. So I don't know, maybe Riot need to get that under a little bit to control. Which they did say, you know, they've got the... Is he actually killing that Grom? He did, just... obviously they've got the item rework that we made a video about, that in upcoming next season they're doing like a complete overhaul of items in League of Legends, that roughly only 33% of the items currently in the game are going to stay the same that they are, and then 33% of the items will be kind of the same name, or they'll be similar but they'll be updated and changed, and then 33% will be brand new to the game. And they've mentioned in that they are looking to kind of fix the healing problem that's in the game right now. Everybody knows it exists, and it is either because the actual healing, and again, it's not just like supports, by the way, it's healing in general. Even with Kayn and Aatrox and all these, they heal too much. Even lifesteal is a problem now, because either that does too much, or it's the fact that Grievous Wounds, the anti-healing mechanic in League of Legends, does too little. I personally think it's more that. I think, like, you know, it should be an option that, oh, they've got healers in this game, let's buy the anti-healing thing. And it basically doesn't do anything. When the healing is so much that, you know, Grievous Wounds does 40% healing reduction, that's not enough healing reduction to counter a lot of these healing champions. They heal so much that even reducing their healing by 40% doesn't matter that much, which is crazy, but yeah. But anyway, game is continuing, and obviously reminding people that in the early game, blue team was doing really well. That big team fight obviously has helped, you know, turn the tables. But things like this Ezreal mispositioning here, that's not going to help him in the long run. Kayn just stayed in the Ezreal for as long as possible. Why did he do that? Well, it gave Aphelios free auto attacks, and it made Ezreal, like, wait. What Ezreal was waiting for was Kayn to pop out, and then Ezreal could E over the wall to safety. Well, if Kayn just stayed in him, it's delaying, like, oh, you can't E away. Again, mispositioning by Lux. So there's straight away 2 mispositions by the bot lane of blue team, both dead by Kayn. And you can see his damage is very high. You know, red Kayn is not supposed to be the damage transformation, but it still does a lot of damage. And, you know, this guy, yeah, he's fed, he's strong. Meanwhile, bot lane, Orianna does go down. Weirdly, she's got very little items. Oh, she had 3,000 gold on her. Do you guys see that? She had 3,000 gold just before she bought. That's why she got killed. You can't be holding 3,000 gold at 60 minutes into the game. There's so much of your strength that you're not actively using. You're just holding all your strength in your wallet. Don't do that. Or if you're going to do that, don't actively take fights. Because, yeah, all your strength you're not actually got in items yet. But yeah, build-wise, by Kayn, Warrior, Black Cleaver, and it does look like Warhammer, and then probably the Lifesteal weapon, Vamp Scepter, and then obviously Aegis will be that Death Stance, which is good. Top lane, by the way, if you noticed, has been a bit back and forward between these 2 champions. One time, Fiora's killing Aatrox, and Aatrox killing Fiora. If you guys noticed, Aatrox's first buy, his first item, was Bramble. I cannot stress that enough. Fiora is a good champion. She is fairly popular in the game of League. I played her earlier today. I can't remember how it went. I think it went okay. Anti-healing against that champion. Please buy it. If you're a defensive bruiser champion against her, buy that Bramble really early. If you are a dueling champion, then go for executioners. But you need anti-healing against Fiora. That is so much of what her strength actually is consistent long trades, but just healing so much through it. Meanwhile, Aatrox is juking the Kayn. I don't think the Aatrox didn't know, because he actually went to base in that bush. But look at that damage. That's a Aatrox getting absolutely insanely just devastated by a Kayn. And this Aatrox had 2 armor items. So it's crazy, dude. Alright, moving on to mid lane. Fight does happen. Orianna does go down to the Nidalee as they are attempting to get away. Kayn is going to go aggressive, though. He is flashing on top of the Galio, which is a bit interesting. But yeah, his damage absolutely shredding. Wow, look at that. His W finishes off the Galio out just in flash range. I presume he's going to use, Rift Herald for this momentum push that they've got going right now. Yeah, it's just crazy. So he's 14-4, by the way. And again, reminding people, I love doing these videos because it's a challenge to spectate that these are the really good players. You know, everyone's like, oh, snap. In this rating, everybody's insanely good. Yes. A bit of an overdive there by Kayn. They do get the tower. But this is the point, that there is still a 15-kill Kayn in the peak of League of Legends solo queue. It's snowballing. You cannot stop snowballing sometimes. That is just a mechanic in League of Legends, that when someone gets going, it's very hard to slow them down, regardless of what rating. It's not about being good or bad at the game. That's just part of League, is that this guy got so ahead and is continuing the momentum, oh, nice ult by Ori. Not much damage, though, yet. Fiora, there's the healing. You know, she's staying alive too long because of the healing. But that's what I want. I really want people to realize, whatever rating you're in, silver, gold, iron, bronze, platinum, diamond, it's okay for people to snowball. It's okay to have bad games. It's okay to have good games. It's a video game first and foremost, so just have fun. don't take it too seriously. There are so many people that take it so seriously. And obviously just, yeah, respect the rating you're in. Like, I'm in Diamond, and you got to accept that, you know, yes, Diamond's in the top 1% of the game, or whatever rating I'm in at the moment. I think my main account right now is in the top 0.5% of the game. Percentage-wise, insanely low. But weirdly, a lot of mistakes still happen in Diamond, and you just have to accept that. You just have to. You know, you're playing in a solo queue environment, a ranked environment, where, you know, people's livelihoods, that they're not pros, and pros make mistakes too, but everyone's chilling. Like there, like I recorded this video and I had a text I had to respond to. If I was in a solo queue game, guess what? I'm still responding to that text because I've got a life, you know? You do too. You know, the doorbell could go. You might need to answer it. Oh, your dog just ran out the house. You're going to go chase after the dog. It's solo queue. It's not pro play. And obviously, I don't condone people going AFK or anything, but I'm just saying it's okay to treat a video game that it's a video game. It's fine. And that's something I will say I've definitely grown as a person. I used to be such a very serious solo queue player. You have to play solo, never duo. You have to deserve your rank. In the end of the day, it's a video game. Like, I've mellowed out, and I think it's probably a lot to do with 2020, of how oof 2020's been. I don't want to be like inside really raged, well, not raging, but like try hard Gurrit's ranked when 2020's been so sucky. So it's okay, mellow, it's fine. Kayn going 1v3, by the way. Not sure how this is going to go. He does have a level lead over Lidley. Look at the healing with his actual combat, but the CC is what's going to kill him. Too much CC, he will go down with 3 people. Fiora, you can see the Orianna spam pinging Fiora. Where are you, Fiora? She's down in bot lane. And weirdly enough, she bases now. She should have continued. If she's going to commit to that split push playstyle, she just should have gone for the tower. Baron is being done now, and they could have arguably traded Baron here for maybe an Hib. Maybe that would be worth, but they are looking to turn... Whoa, Aphelios damage. So Aphelios damage combined with the Fiora, with the healing, she does go down, but obviously that stops the Baron. They should maybe auto-attack that, by the way. No, never mind, it's reset. They could have possibly done that. Nice hook, and they will ace the enemy team. So again, it's good that they did that. You know, people go, oh, see, Huz, Fiora did the right play. It's good. Either was okay, but I'd say if she is committing to that split push playstyle, you could argue she should have gone get the tower, you know, the tower, get the inhib, and that gives a lot more pressure for them than the, you know, red team to do the Baron. Because let's face it, that Aphelios wiped them before even Fiora did a lot of damage. But anyway, the Aphelios killing all the Baron and is dead. Like, that champion, he's still very strong, by the way. If you're wondering, like, oh, I don't see him that much anymore, what's happened? He's still strong, but he just has a weakness. And that weakness is like what a lot of AD carries have, immobility. He's immobile. If you get on top of him and he's not pretty fed with his lifesteal pistol, you will probably just kill him pretty easily. Or if you just focus on Aphelios, he will die a bunch. And, you know, he's got, obviously, some mechanics to help with that. He's got the sniper gun that he can stay a bit more in range. But at the moment, obviously, the hype of Caitlyn is she does so much damage and crit and everything. That and she also has that safety net, literally, but she's really high range all the time. So that's why Caitlyn is so popular, and Ezreal's popular because he has so much mobility and all this, you know. But Aphelios is still strong. You know, what I will say is, give an AD carry an option to auto-attack and do damage. Most of them are going to do a lot of damage. That's what their champion is for and designed to do. Kayn now does get that 1 kill, is going to continue going aggressive, gets exhausted. Fiora now around. Blitzcrank going aggressive. Kayn deciding not to continue just going forward. Oh, nearly dies. Does die in the end. Just enemy team now on the back foot, though. Kayn is 16-7 for item build worth knowing. Does have that 1 lethality item that is combining lethality, so more damage, a little bit of health, but also it's that utility of the spell shield is why also that Kayn is buying that item. You know, if you're wondering, oh, why did he buy that lethality item over Drakthar or Yumu's? The spell shield. That's why. Nice Orianna ultimate, finally doing some good DPS there, and the enemy team does look like they're on the back foot. So yeah, this game, Kayn doing a bunch of damage. I bet a lot of you probably are surprised Galio just gets absolutely murdered. I bet a lot of you probably are surprised how much damage this guy was doing in red form. That so many people have the depiction of, oh, red form is just a CC bot, and blue Kayn is the damage one. They both do damage. Blue does more given the opportunity because it's an assassin. Red has more utility because his W does a knock-up and he's tankier and he heals more, but it still does a lot of damage. But that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, do smash the like button. I really do enjoy doing these challenges, spectate. So again, if you do enjoy them, do hit the like, do leave a comment and let me know what you think of Kayn. Are you more scared? If you don't know what to comment, let me know what you think of him. But are you more scared of red or blue Kayn, you know? Personally, both scare me because you're either getting one shot or you're getting kind of just constantly bombarded by red Kayn and he just won't die. Or it takes too long to kill him. But that's going to be it. If you guys enjoy, throw a like on it, throw a subscribe, comment down below. See you guys next time. Peace.